So because of the number 13 was considered a bad omen, you know, with you don't even have it on your buildings, right? But it's just an illusion. There's 13 floors. See? But they use these to try to keep the feminine aspects and the spirit of the women down. And the first thing that we must learn to do is go back to nature, go back to learning about the sun, the moon, the stars as well. Because they're going to get back to telling you that there's something just ain't right. So if you listen to those birds, they're talking about nature. They're talking about the 13 moon cycle, right? You women know that. When you mess around with the calendar, it just messes you up because it's not that accurate. So 13 moons. The Spirit said there's a name for each moon. The moon of the Katankwe out there, Hepiwi, the buffalo people, the moon of the whales, the moon of the grandfathers, the moon of the eagles and the butterflies, the moon of the tree, the moon of the turtle and the firefly, and that of the corn, that of the bear, the moon of the spider, and that of the grandmothers, and also the moon of the heart. So we got those 13 moons, and they carry a lot of gifts within that structure. And the women know this, but we got to pinpoint the energy that goes with these moon times. We also have energy that come from the 13 new moon cycle. And we have those that work with the energies of purification, and that of healing, and that of renewal, and wisdom, and enlightenment, that of what we call life, purity, innocence, and truth, and introspection, silence, and also reverence, and the 13th gift of unity that combines everything we call the Antakarana. We have also the 13 tests of the moon. There's a test that go within each cycle. You got to go back to that cycle because you're going to be, otherwise if you don't face your test, next year they're going to come up in your face again. They're going to come up again the following year if you don't recognize it again until you grow enough to know and say, hey, I've gone through this before. What did I do wrong this time? So those 13 tests you got to learn. You also have dimension that are working with the quarter times of the moon cycles, the first quarter and the last quarter, the 13 dimensions of yin and yang. And those will take you back into those areas that you had way back in the past. The ways of levitation, the ways of invisibility, the ways of telepathy, the ways of shape-shifting, name it, knowing the ways of dream time and astral projection, all that. It's a natural, dimensional way of living. We got that knocked out. Now, at one time, the Spirit said that we all had one language. Could you imagine that? That had something to do with your brain. And I'm looking at your brain didn't have two lobes in the beginning. If we could find a skull that doesn't have that division, that was a time when we were all of one mind. And when we're talking about one mind, we're talking about the mind, the language of nature, of everything that ever is, being able to talk to that tree, being able to a blade of grass. Everything was in the open. We had nothing to hide. Today we're scared of what people will think, or what we think. We're afraid people will know what we're thinking. We have fear. So that was part of the division, the part of the duality that was created.
For more information on the next Star Knowledge Conference, go to starknowledgeconference.com.